It's the Andy Griffith Show, Facts and Trivia, with your host, Bob Snap.
Hi guys, and welcome to the Andy Griffith Show, Facts and Trivia. Thank you for being here. Today's video is on whatever happened to some of the kids from the Andy Griffith Show. I couldn't do them all, but here's some of them that you might remember from the show. Whatever happened to them? We're going to find out. And we'll start with Sheldon Collins, Opie's good pal Arnold. In Opie's first love, Opie's crushing heart on Mary Alice Carter. Can barely muster the courage to ask her to Arnold Bailey's 13th birthday party. Even when I ask her for an eraser, my mouth gets all dry, Opie confesses to his friend. So what's the difference, Arnold said. So you'll have a dry mouth when you ask her out. Turns out Sheldon Collins became Dr. Sheldon Golomb. Would know a lot about dry mouth. Years after playing Opie's best friend in dozens of episodes of the Andy Griffith Show, he became a dentist. And even hung a photo from Andy Griffith in his office. Morgan Brittany, Opie's first love. So what about Mary Alice Carter? Well, Morgan Brittany went on to one many recurring role on television, playing Catherine Wentworth in 50-plus episodes of Dallas. More recently, she has become a conservative voice for the right-wing women as one of the Politichicks. Ronnie Dapo, the spoiled kid. You might remember Dapo best as Arnold Winkler, the kid in the title, in the episode, Opie and the Spoiled Kid. And he threw a tantrum in the police station when Andy refused to release his $75 bicycle from the impound. In 2016, the Mount Airy News caught up with a retired 64-year-old actor who reflected on his career and time in Mayberry. After he delivered his famous fit on the set, the whole place stood up and applauded me, he recalled. Parts like that were great. He left showbiz at the age of 14 and would go on to work in music, steel, and printing. Scott MacArthur, the bully. MacArthur played the bully Steve Quincy in One Punch Opie. You know, the immortal episode with Nippet. This bad influence tried to convince other Mayberry boys to steal apples. Scandalous. Opie got into a scrap with more mature brat. MacArthur made his final acting appearance in the low-budget 1976 horror film Rattlers. His character Rick climbs into a hayloft where he is bitten on the face by a killer snake. He falls to the barn floor and catches fire. Kay Lenz, fan of Opie's group. To think I know a real rock and roll musician, Kay Lenz's character gushes to Opie on Opie's group. The young Taylor is playing guitar in a beat combo called the Sound Committee. Funny enough, Lenz would go on to indeed know a real rock and roll musician. She married David Cassidy in 1977. Lenz went on to acting acclaim in her own right, starring as the lead character in the Clint Eastwood-directed Breezy, and earning an Emmy nomination for her work in the miniseries Rich Man, Poor Man. And a bit later, in the 80s horror comedy House. Flip Mark, head of the Wildcats. Born Philip Goldberg, Flip Mark made his last acting gig on the streets of San Francisco. You might remember him as the leader of the Wildcats, the secret boys club that Opie joins and keeper of the flame. He also had regular roles on Lassie and Guessword Ho. After leaving the acting profession, he worked in travel industry and eventually became a 911 operator. According to an interview with Jewishes.com, I've been fortunate, he reflected. I've gotten 3 very defined stages of life, each of them with some excitement and some very good memories. Buddy Foster, who played Mike Jones in Opie and Mike. Opie plays mentor to young Mike Jones, played by Buddy Foster. The little brother of Jodie Foster would go on to star in the spinoff Mayberry RFD. In 1997, Foster penned a biography of his famous older sister titled Foster Child. Jodie Foster was no fan, calling the book hazy recollections. She added in a statement at the time, I feel sad for him. Mostly I feel sad for my 69-year-old mother who has spent her life struggling to raise 4 children on her own. Kelly Flanigan, Claudia Campbell. In that episode, Opie and Mike, Opie is hanging out with a girl named Heather Campbell. Little Mike meets Heather's little sister Claudia, played by Kelly Flanigan. She would go on to land a lead role in the sitcom The Ghost of Mrs. Muir, playing Candace Muir in all 50 episodes. In 2014, Flanigan talked with Madman Entertainment about her role on the show. She told the site she's been busy as a writer and mother, as well as gardening and raising chickens. Richard Keith, Johnny Paul Jason. By the time he landed the recurring role of Johnny Paul Jason on the Andy Griffith Show, young Richard Keith, a.k.a. Keith Thibodeau, was an old pro at the whole child star thing. He had played Little Ricky on I Love Lucy and the Lucy Desi Comedy Hour. The Andy Griffith Show was a wonderful experience. The set was more laid back, more country. They were basically like they were on a show. Thibodeau recently recalled. He later played drums in a band called David and the Giants, who were signed by Capitol Records for a time. Their tune Super Love was a minor regional hit in the South. Later, Thibodeau was born again, and the group transitioned into Christian rock. Clint Howard, Leon. Ron's younger brother went on to dozens of acting roles as a distinctive character actor. Last year, he would be spotted in both the Star Trek Discovery and Star Wars solo universes. Of course, who could forget him as Balak on the original Star Trek? And to think it all began with eating sandwiches on the streets of Mayberry. And there you go. And that's all I could find on them so far. So I may try to pick up some more later. But that's what I got for you now. Hope you enjoyed it. Please don't forget about classic TV facts and trivia on the Dick Van Dyke Show. And classic rural comedies facts and trivia. It's on the first Benji movie and how it was the final screen time for 3 rural comedy stars. I'll give them to you here. It's Francis Bobbier from Aunt B, Edgar Buchanan, Uncle Joe from Petticoat Junction, and Benji himself. So it's pretty neat. You want to check that out. Classic rock and country music facts and trivia is on Michael Anthony of Van Halen. They talked about how he watched Ozzy Osbourne set Bill Ward on fire. That's pretty funny. It's kind of stupid too, but it's funny. I hope you guys did enjoy this. Please subscribe if you have not yet. Please like this video. Yeah, give it that thumbs up for me. Have a great day, guys. God bless, and I'm praying for you.